Joining me now from our bureau in Washington, D.C., Vice President of Communications and Federal Affairs at the Freedom Foundation, Ashley Varner. Ashley, in Oregon in particular, the membership in, for example, SEIU, the union in Oregon, the membership is declining. Why? What's happening?
Right. Well, thank you for having me. We have seen in Oregon the membership has declined by 26% for SEIU. That's the state's largest union. In Washington state, union members have dropped out at a rate of 22%. Just since the Janus decision, the Supreme Court case last year, Freedom Foundation has helped more than 40,000 people leave their unions in just those 3 states on the West Coast. We've been working tirelessly to make sure people know they finally have a choice now, because they didn't have a choice for 40 years. If you wanted to be a government employee at the state or local level, you had to either be a member of a union or you had to pay an agency fee. The Supreme Court finally overturned that last year and said this is a violation of your First Amendment rights to be forced to fund a union. And so as we are educating people, we're finding that people are ready to leave their unions in droves.
Okay, so the answer to the question is why is this recent Supreme Court ruling? And it's only within the last year that this ruling came down. This is the Janus ruling that you're talking about. It was issued in June 2018, a 5-4, if you will, kind of party line decision. But the bottom line is unions can no longer force government workers to join the unions nor to pay dues. The Freedom Foundation, as you pointed out, actively involved post-decision. You're entering into informational campaigns. You did so in Oregon. I believe you did so in Washington State as well, elsewhere, other parts of the United States. What is entailed in this information series that you're giving to these union members?
Sure. So we take the union's tactics straight back to them. What we've been doing is going through and finding the contact rosters for government employees. We will contact them at their homes with phone calls, postcards, emails. We go to county and city government buildings, and we will stand outside and pass out information to make sure they know if they want to give themselves a raise, if they want to keep those union dues for their own families and not give them to union bosses, they can opt out, and Freedom Foundation is here to help them do that. And we've gotten the union's attention. They're not very happy about it, but we're just ramping up and we're getting our campaigns even bigger and better for this year.
In reality, this is nonpartisan. It really is not part of a political party. This is about liberty. This is about freedom, freedom of choice. This goes to the core of who and what we are as Americans. And when you interact with these people in Oregon at SEIU, for example, what are they telling you? What is the reason for them leaving the union ranks?
Well, a lot of them really don't feel like the union bosses are serving their interests. They don't feel like the money that they're being forced to give to the union is worth the services they're getting back. So if you are happy with your union, nothing changes for you. But what we're doing, like you said, is give people a choice and give them the information to make their own decision. And as they decide, as they find out, I can spend or I can keep $800 to $1,100 worth of money that I would otherwise give to union bosses that I don't agree with. If I can keep that for my own family, they're doing that, and they're very appreciative of the information when we give it to them, because you know the unions are not going to let them know they have a choice.
No, and the unions are not happy with what you are doing either. They're fighting back, are they not?
They are fighting back. We have had some of our people, when they go to the government buildings, they've been harassed and verbally intimidated. The unions have even sent mailers home to their union members saying, if you receive something in the mail from Freedom Foundation, do not open it. They have worked with their state governments to keep private their union members' contact information so that we can't reach out to them. And they've even filed frivolous lawsuits against the Freedom Foundation, trying to tie us up in court and spend money defending ourselves against baseless charges, just so that we can't be as effective doing what we're doing, which is helping people leave. And we have cost the unions tens of millions of dollars already. They're never going to be able to take that money out of their paychecks again. And
so what does this mean? How does it translate into, say, for example, the federal unions, also a public sector union, but a huge and powerful union, the federal unions. but also eventually to the private sector. And I'm thinking in particular the teachers union. Is there a snowball effect here?
I don't see how there couldn't be a snowball effect as we get further and further out from the Janus decision. More and more people find out they have a choice. Again, we're only 7 months out, and we've already helped 40,000 people leave in just 3 states.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.